So write a program to return integer random array with the size 5. Write a program to return integer random array. So by the method with the size 5, whatever you want you can give, but I'm fixing the size 5. So how can you write? So non-static return type method, you know how to write. Access modifier static integer array I have to return, but I'll put data type. So this is the array data type. Is what kind of data type? What are the different data types we have? So what are the different data types we have?
Primitive and non-primitive.
Primitive, non-primitive. So array comes under primitive or non-primitive?
It's primitives.
Non.
No.
Array non-primitive.
Non-primitive.
Array is a non-primitive data type.
Yeah.
So it comes under non-primitive data type. So return value, right? So this is the concept we have to write. So this is the syntax to write a return type method. So access modifier, it's up to you which one you. I'm using a default, so static. So I have to return integer random array. So that is int array. I'm returning. So my method name is random array. This is my method name. So size I can give in the inside my method inside. See, access modifier I used a default static keyword. Then data type is a int. So random array. Then this is the one. Okay. Now, first you have to declare the size. So declare the array size. So I'm going to write a final int size equal to 5. So I declared size 5. So create an array. Create an array. So how to create an array? What is the formula? Data type, square bracket, array name equal to new. So data type, size, right? Size you have to give. So this is a formula. I'll follow the same formula to create. So we need to create a integer array, right? So int, so rand array equal to new int, the size is the variable name I'm going to use here. That's it. So this variable I'm reusing. First I declared and assigned a value. Now I'm reusing that. My array size is 5. Now, next step, you add all the random elements into this array. So that means you have to add every 5 random elements into this array. So that means I have to use a for loop. Add or insert. Add or insert 5 random integer values into the array. So how can you do that? For loop you have to use. For int I equal to 0, I less than size. So already you fixed the size. Or you can give array name dot length also. But you got already size, right? You can use this size, or array dot length you can use, whatever you want. And I++. So first I have to insert into this array, right? The array name of I. So array name of I. So I have to copy. Which one I need to copy? Random number. Integer random number I need to copy. How can you generate the random number?
Random.
Math dot
Math dot random.
random, but that will give you a double, right? Then you need to type, because your array is integer type, but the right side it going to be double data. So you have to multiply. You have to multiply with 100. So you have to multiply with 1 to 100 only. I need to generate random number. So multiply by 100, and then see the type mismatch error you are getting. See what is the type mismatch error? Type mismatch cannot convert from double to integer. Right side is a double data. You cannot store in the right side integer value. So you have to convert to double also into integer. How can you do? Typecasting. So do the typecasting. Done. See, right side array data type is integer. So I'm converting the double data into integer. That's a typecasting. So now every time generate the new random number in 1 to 100, that is going to store in the each position of array. So that size is 5, right? The 5 elements, each position, one random number will go and store here. So then return this array, return this random array. So this is how a method can return array also. A method can return array also. Return random array. So this is the how you can generate the random array. So using simple return type method. See, the method is a return type method. So what is the return type of this method? Integer array it is returning. That's a first method. And second method, I want to print an array. Every time I cannot write for loop and do that, right? So I'll write a one method, write a program to print an array. So write a program to print an array. So you will give the array to this method and it has to print. So the parameter is integer array. You give the integer array. So num array I'm going to give. Then I'll print protected static. So void method print array. It will print the array, but you have to give integer array. The parameter is num. That's what I declared here, parameter. So I'll give for this method input array. So that array I need to print it. So printing array. So many ways you can print, but so we'll see that how you can print. So how can you print? For loop you have to use, right? You can use for each loop or you can use for loop. So I'm using int I equal to 0, I less than num dot length, array name of length, and I plus plus. Okay, then sys out. If you want to print in the same line, you can use that, and array name of I. So you give the one tab after each value. So this is how you can print. That's it. So this is how to print an array. Simple method. Every time you don't need to write this one. Just call this method wherever you want to print array and pass the array name to this method. It will print. That's a one program. Next program. See, all methods we are writing. So next method is, so write a program to find the maximum element or highest element. In given array, in given integer array. So you have to write a program to return the highest integer element, highest element in the given array, and return that. So return that element. So the return type is you have to return. So this you have to give integer array for this method. Again, num array and add the rate. So return. So return type method I'm writing. So this is a description you are writing about the method. Every method above you are writing. This is the document comment we call this. So public static integer element I need to return. So get max element from integer array. So you have to give input for this method. Array you give. That array inside you have to find out which is the max element. So highest element you have to find out. So I'm printing before. So I'm printing the array. I can call this method. I can print it. See how I can call this method in this method inside. So print the array. Print array elements. See how there are so many ways, but this one I'm calling this method. So I need to call, this is the static, this is the static. So I can call another static method directly in the same file. So, but I can give array name only I take. So this is going to print the given array. And second step, check whether array size is 0 or not. How you can check if? So num dot length equal to 0, then you have to throw an exception. So throw new illegal argument exception. This is a class, exception class. So you can write your custom message. Invalid array input provided. So meaningful message you can write. If array length is 0, you can also invalid array input provided, you can say. That's the one exception I'm writing. Now, so let's assume max element in the array is the first array element. Let's assume the max element is array first element. How can you get the array first element? How can you get the array first element?
Max element.
Huh? So array name of 0. So that's array first element. How can you get? So the iterate, take one by one. Any array element is greater than this max element, you assign that array element to max variable. So int I equal to 0, I less than num dot length, and I plus plus. See, same syntax how many programs we are using for loop. So if any array element means array name of index is greater than max value, then assign that array element to max variable num of I. So I'm assigning this array element to max. Any array element is greater than this max value, current max value, that I'm replacing this value with this array element. So then that value will be replaced. So that's how you can find out, then return so max element. So the same you can do, return the minimum element, lowest element. So how can you return the lowest element? Same code. So no change in that. So write a program to find the lowest element. In given integer, return that lowest element. So get minimum element, min element from the array. So print the array, same, whether the array size is 0 or not, is all same. But here, let's assume the minimum element is array first element. Array minimum element is first element. So now here it will change, everything will say only less than. If any array element is less than this minimum value, assign that array element to minimum variable. Then that return that minimum value. So all the elements it will pick from this array. Any array element is less than this array element, it will assign to that minimum variable. Finally, the lowest element will return to you by this method. This is another program how you can return the lowest element in the given array. So that's the two programs, finding the max element in the given array. Say the input is, so array you have to give. So and minimum element method, it's a method name. So this method is a return type is integer. It's a return type methods. Next. So write a next method to, so you have to find the average of array elements. So next program, how can you find the average of array elements? Write a program to write a program to find the average of array elements. So and return that average. So here the input again you have to give array. So for this method and at the rate return. So return keyword, because this is the return type method. And public static. So I'm going to return float value, get average of array elements. So you have to give integer array as an input to the method so that it will find out. So I can print so array if you want, but I don't need to print, right? I can directly find the average of this array. First, what you need to do, what is the first step? Declare the, so what is the average, how you can find out any element average? So what is the average formula? How you can find the average? Sum of all elements by total number of elements.
Total number of elements.
Right? This is the formula. Same. Now I need to find out the sum of all array elements. Then I can find the total size of this array. I can get the average. So declare the sum variable first. So int sum equal to 0. First I'll find the sum. So then I can iterate the array. So iterate the array and add each array element to the previous sum. So how can you do that? Again, for loop you have to use. So int I equal to 0, I less than num dot length and I plus plus. So I need to add sum equal to sum plus. How can you get the array element? How can you get the array element? Uh, how many times I need to tell this? How many times I need to tell the same concept? The previous also I asked. By heart this, at least this word, this statement. How can you get the array element? Array name of index. Array name of index. 10 times you write and send it to me, everybody. So this is the pathetic. This many times I'm telling and you're not able to tell me, so it's not good at all. So now I got the sum of all the array elements. Now I need to find the average. So fetch the average of array elements. So float average equal to sum divided by array name dot length and return. So AVG. That's it. See, the return type of this variable is float. So the same thing is written by this method. Next. So next program, write a program to find the duplicate elements in the given array. To find duplicate elements in given array. You have to print duplicate elements in given array. So it can be, so I'll give you a string array and you write for the integer array. Okay. So you give the array, so any array, or otherwise you declare. So not a problem. I'll just remove that. Public static, so void print duplicate elements, print array duplicate elements. So duplicate elements. So you create an array, a string array I'll create. So let's create a string array. So I'll create a string array str equal to, array name is str. So I can declare directly elements like this, like Java. So second element I can declare Python. Third element I will declare Java. Next element Golang. Next element I'll declare Python. So next element I'll declare C#. So like this we declared all the elements, right? So these elements I assign to this array variable. Now, so what are the duplicate elements here? Java is there, Python is there, but you have to find out. So what is the logic you need to write is brute force method we are going to write. Brute force method means every element, this element, you will check with all these elements. If in this, any of these elements having the Java, print that element. Same, second, this element with all other elements. So again, this element with all other elements. This element with all other elements. That means you needed two for loops here. One element, all other elements, means inner for loop, right? This is the inner for loop. Outer for loop is this one. This is the inner for loop. So you have to write a two for loops to check each element is equal to this element or not. You have to compare again, loop inside, two for loops inside. You have to use if condition again. So array of I dot equals array of j. So then you print that. If not equals, so don't print that. So write this first for loop is first element. So int I equal to 0 is the first array element. I less than, so the str dot length, right? Str dot length and I plus plus. But I need to start with the second element to compare third element like that. So my inner for loop is I have to start with the int j equal to I plus 1, the next element. So not the first element. So the next element is this one, and next and next and next till last I have to compare. So that's why I plus 1 and till last of the array. So num dot length. So go, but you start with the second element and go to the all the elements. So that's the, so num dot from str, right? This is str dot length and j plus plus. Then you compare if this element is equal to this element or not. This element means array of I, str of I, but this element means array of j. So you compare if, so str of I, this is string you can compare with the equals method. So compare two strings using which method? Equals method. So how can you compare two strings using equals method? So equals, you have to use string obj object obj, you have to give. So I am going to give the element string element dot equals. There is equals method, you can see that. That will return a boolean value, str of j. So that means what I'm doing is the first array element, that means this Java, is equal to any of these array elements, the inner for loop. All will check any of this thing, then print that. So print that str of j. Print that duplicate element. How can you get again array element? Sorry, this is double quotes, not array of j, array of index, array name of index. Here also array name of index. I'm getting the array element. If I is 0, first element. Here equals to, here j value, I plus 1 means 0 plus 1. 1 means Python. So you will get here. So you are comparing Java is equal to Python or if not true, right? Again, it will go up. J value will update. So J value already 1 plus 1 2. Again, it will go 2 less than 5. So 5 are how many we have given? 3, 4, 6. So 6 it will check. So 2 less than 6, true, comes inside. So str of I, that means still I is 0 only. So Java is equal to, so the j value 2 means Java. So Java equal to Java, so that Java will print. So again, it will go and update j value. J value becomes 3 less than 6. So comes inside. Str of 0 means Java. Str of 3 means Golang. 0, 1, 2, 3 Golang. So not equal. So it won't go inside the if condition. It will go up into out inner for loop. Inner for loop I value, j value will increment to 4. So 4 less than 6, true, comes inside. So str of 0, that is Java. Str of 4, that is Python. So not equal. Again goes up. J value will update to 5. So 5 less than 6, true, comes inside. Str of 5 value is still 0. So str of 0 means Java. So str of 5 means C sharp. So not equal. Again goes up. J value will update to 6. 6 less than 6, false. Again it will go out outer for loop. I value will update to 2. So now 1, so 0 plus 1, right? I plus plus means already 0. So 0 plus 1, 1. I value becomes 1. That means this one now. So I value 1. So Python equals to, the I plus 1 means 1 plus 1, 2. 2 means Java. So not equal. Again goes up. J value will update to 3. So array of 1 is equal to array of 2. That is, so 0, 1, 2. So 3. So it will check Golang. So Golang is not equal, right? Again, it will go up and J value will update to 4 and keep rotating all the ways. So you can print that duplicate elements. Same way, same program you have to write to print the integer duplicate elements. So you take the integer array and print duplicate. But so how can you compare the two numbers? To compare strings, we are using equals method. To compare two strings, so we are using equals method. If you want to compare two integer numbers, so which one you need to use? How can you compare two integer numbers? A6 is not there, and A6 is not there. Anybody, first problem is the basics. So double equal to is the comparison operator for numbers. So to compare integer numbers, use double equal to. What do you need to use? Double equal to here. str, so any array name of I in place here you have to use a double equal to and str of j. So you take, if it is a str, whatever the array name you are giving, that array name. So that's a example for you, and write a program. What is the task for you? So write a program to print duplicate integer array elements in given integer array. Okay, clear? This is the task for you. So write and send it to me. Same code, no change. In place of here, you will in place of string, you will put integer and you give array name, and here you will give all the integer numbers. Duplicate numbers also you give and do that. Okay, so that's you need to do a task. Any questions? Okay. Next program. Let me take, what are the any programs we are missing? Control. Yes. Array demo. Okay, so the next program is reverse an array in place. How you can reverse an array in place? This is a very, very important. Let me explain. So reverse an array in place. In place means same positions should be there, and you have to swap the numbers. So that's the one we have to write. So iterate from first element to total till element to total length by 2, then swap the numbers. So then it is, why it is efficient is you don't iterate all the elements, because you are iterating till length by 2 only. So that's a reason it's more efficient. And so I can print using no, before reverse the no, reverse print arrays, before reverse arrays. So before reverse array, you can print array like this also. Arrays class dot toString method, and you can pass this array name, so that it will print the array in the array format. So it will print like this. It will print like this. The square bracket it will print. So that's this arrays. This, otherwise you can use a print method. This is the another way to print array. So this is the another way to print array. So I'm iterating the array for int I equal to 0, I less than num dot length by 2. I'm shortcutting the array to till length by 2. I'm going to iterate. I don't need to iterate till last element. So that's why I'm iterating array till length by 2. And then if so, you can keep swap. This is the swapping logic. I don't know how many of you remembered swapping logic with a third variable. So I'm storing the array first element in this temporary variable. Then in that first element, I'm putting the array last element. Array last element is array name of square bracket num dot length -1 minus I, because I need to come back. That's why minus I also I'm doing. So now in the last element, I'm placing this temporary variable. So this is the swapping logic we are using to write that. Then after reverse array in place is, so you print that arrays dot to string, just print the num. So it will print. So these are the programs, very, very important. And so let's call all the methods. First, I'll call the return type method. So how to call return type method? How to call, so return type static method. So return type static method under main method. All these formulas I have given. So return type, so variable name equal to, so return type static method. So here a data type, right? Here a data type. You can say so data type. What data type this method is returning? So that data type. So you have to write. So I'm calling random array method. So what is a random array method? Return type. So integer random. So this I will return. So I'm writing that. So I'm going to use this random array for all my methods. So rand array equal to, so maybe I can use rand arr and then get random array. So we put get random array method name. I'll put get random array. Get random array. So that's easy for us. So you are getting the random array. So get random array. So that's it. See, it will get the random array and it will store in this variable. This array variable again. Array variable. So that if you want to print, you can print. So you can use print method again. I can call print method. So sys out. I can print this otherwise. Random arrays dot to string. So you can give this random array, this variable. This is the array, right? Integer array. So I'm passing that array. This is a random array. So now you can see every time you execute, you will get a random array. See, this is a random array. 52, 92, 12, 98, 73. If you execute one more time, the array will change. So random numbers, right? 1 to 100. See, 49, 54, 14, 75, 21. This is a random array. So random numbers, it will store 5 random numbers. Now same random array I can use for my next methods. Every method is input method, right? You have to give input. Array input you have to give. See, if I see, so the method get max element. Get max element, I need to give input array. So for this method input, again return type method, but I can call C. I will call this parameterized method. Again, this is also return type. Calling, so return type parameterized method. The formula is same. The data type, so the data type is integer. That method is max element equal to, so max value I'll put max value equal to the return type. So the element I need to give the array. So what is the input I need to give? This random array I'm giving. So input for the method. So random array I'm giving. In that it will find out the max element in this random array. I'm storing here. Now I'll print it. So max element in given array. Max value in given array. Arrays. So max value. So to print. See, or you can print directly the return type minimum element given array is, I can call return type method directly, right? Get, so minimum element. See, I can pass random array for that method also. See, method name I can call in the print method, print statement, because this is the return type method, or you can store the value in the variable and you can print later. So you can do this process, or you can print directly the method output, this method output in the print statement. So that I have shown you both how to call return type method in the print statement. I'm showing how to call return type static method in print statement. I'm calling in the print statement directly return type method. See the readable statement after you are calling the method. So this is the one how you can call return type methods in the same class. So print this. See, you can get the max value is 70 in this. In this, what is the max value? 70 only, right? So in this, what is the lowest value? 28. So this is how you can get the lowest value and max values. And same, you can give calling the methods. What is the next method? So max minimum is done. Average, right? Average of array. Get average of this returns a float value. So the return type is float. So return type is float. Average value equal to. So but you can give rand array. So I'm giving the input to this method, and that returns the average. So I can print this. Average of so array elements is AVG well. So you can find the average also. See 28.0 is the average. Now here minimum value, see every time it will change, right? 2. What is the maximum value here? 58. See, you can give any array. So it will find out the max and minimum. That's how parameterization will help you, right? Next, find the duplicate elements, right? So just call directly finding duplicates in given array. So what is that method? Get duplicates, huh? How you get average, get minimum element, print duplicates. Okay, this is a void method. So void method I can call directly, right? Void method I can call directly. Call the void method directly. So that's it. It will print. So duplicate element. See, Java, Python only duplicates. If you want, you can print the array. So before you can find out here, here you can print the array. So I can print array. So array is, so arrays dot to string. So the array name is str. So even array also will print. So you can see now in this array, the duplicates easily you can find out. See, this is the array. In this array, duplicates are Java and Python. So that's how we can print. Array also you can print with. So print statement inside, you write a readable statement. So arrays class dot toString is a static method. So str you print it. So what is the last one? Yeah.
Sir, toasting is for only for strings, sir. It's not applicable. I mean, is
Any
it
array,
applicable for int also?
any array you can.
It should,
Any
but
array
it's
you can.
showing the error to me, sir.
Any array you can give. The input you have to give array. You have to give input an array to this method. This is the static method in this class. It's a return type method. This returns a string array. Okay. So you can give input num. Num is array name, our array name. So now, so reverse in place. You can reverse the array in place. So rand array. So I'm reversing. So before reverse, after reverse, I'm printing both. See, before reverse, this is the one. 31, 34, 32, 63, 28. But after reverse means, so 28 should go to 31. See, that went. 28 went to first place and 31 went to last place. 63 went to second place, 34 went to the last but one. So this is how you can reverse array. Is a very quick way you can reverse. Is the reverse array in place. So that's a before reverse, this one. So after reverse, you see, this is a reversed. So this is the easiest way. This is the one they will ask in the interviews. Reverse array in place. This is the logic. So you by heart this logic. You don't need to by heart, just understand. So till num by 2, num dot length by 2, you reverse and swapping logic. You write the swapping logic. So that's what we did. Array first element, I'm storing in the temporary variable. Array last element, I'm storing in the array first element. And then the array first element I'm putting in the last position. This is the length array name dot length -1 means it will give a last element position, right? That place I'm placing the first value. This is the first value, array first element. I'm getting numma 5 means I'm getting the array element. So in this array position, I'm placing the array last element. In this array last position, I'm placing the first element. So like that, it will iterate. So till length by 2 only it will iterate. It won't iterate or till last element, not necessary. That's why quickly it will finish. That's why this is a more efficient way to reverse the array. Yeah, that's all for the day. So tomorrow we'll see a few more programs and then we'll